Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody, welcome to the Heffron Reep podcast / live feed. John, first off, I think we have to tell all the parents that taught their kids today that were stuck with their kids being at home for the first day of school that you did it. You can kind of consider this maybe a teacher's lounge for you parents who've never had to teach, and now you realize what maniacs your kids were. So now maybe you have a little bit more appreciation for your teachers because you had to be around your kids. That's going on, dude. We don't have that. I know a lot of people that have, and I posted it. Was there any Zoom school fights in the hallways? And people were posting some pretty funny things that happened today. There was one teacher who did like attendance, and the mom jumped into the Zoom call and said, he's here, but he's finishing up cleaning up the kitchen. He'll be sat down in 2 seconds. How great would that have been to be able to have your mom just show up and just go here?
Yeah. No. Oh, so okay. So this just into my brain. Today is the first day of school, and so, but not everyone's going to school, I guess, because they're gonna get the Zoom thing going. Yeah, I wonder if you could get like a with today's technology and green screen and that kind of stuff. If you could just get a cardboard cutout of yourself and put it on your Zoom, like if I were a kid and I didn't want to be a part of the school Zoom thing, could I just put a cardboard cutout of myself like this, and then just like they do at baseball games now, make it look like you're there, but someone's there, but no one's really there.
There's a lot of rules I know where the kids can't take the Zoom, and they're on for like 6-7 hours a day. It's not, they're just not on for just real quick. It's all day, different teachers. And there's a lot of rules. You're not allowed to wear your pajamas, which is funny because I saw some teacher goes, you want to teach these kids because when you're an adult, and you're just like, I'm calling bullshit. I know so many people doing Zoom conference calls that have real jobs that aren't wearing pants and have a shot of tequila right off side of the camera. So, but yeah, and they're not allowed to wear like, they're not allowed to wear hoodies, or you're not allowed to do the class in your bedroom. It's a whole thing where though there's a lot of kids who don't realize this, and this being from Michigan, or maybe they do now. Being from North Carolina, did you ever get to experience what a snow day felt like?
Oh, yeah. We didn't have as many, I'm sure, as you guys did in Michigan, or maybe you're just used to dealing with the snow and doing things in the snow. But anytime it would snow over an inch, or even the threat of snow, sometimes they'll cancel stuff and just go like, well, we got all these snow days to burn. Let's go ahead and get rid of them. But yes, I know what a snow day feels like. And it was awesome. I mean, remember like in the 7th or 8th grade, there was like 2 weeks. We went like 2 weeks one time, and I loved every second of it. But that's because I was a kid and I didn't have any responsibilities.
I think there to this day, just as an adult, I mean, you can maybe find something, but the feeling you would get in your stomach when you woke up, or your parents usually would come in super early in the morning back then and go, you don't have school today. When you heard that, when it was a snow day, that was a feeling that even as an adult, no drug, nothing can give you that feeling of thinking you have school. You haven't prepared for an exam or a test or whatever you're doing. You don't go to gym class because you got to do the mile run, and you run it in 25 minutes, whatever it was. Hearing you don't have school was one of the greatest feelings I think a human being can get. And people who did not grow up around snow, but kids now that they're doing all this at home, realizing it's all set up to go at home, I wonder if they just lost their snow days. Because now you don't just get 3 days of sitting around because it's icy outside. Now your teachers can go, get in front of your laptop. We're gonna do this like we did COVID. There's no more snow days. We're not taking stuff days in the spring.
Maybe the new snow day is going to be like, the Wi-Fi is down. It's like, what if you can't afford a Wi-Fi signal, or you can't get internet in your house, and that's the snow day. It's like, well, mom didn't pay the internet bill, so I mean, I guess that's the snow day.
Yeah, by the way, that's a legit problem for a lot of kids out there. There's a lot of kids that are being forced to go to school that don't have a way to pay for that, or don't have a laptop, or their parents don't have a webcam. But that's us getting political. But yeah,
right. Good to see you. Hey, you guys are watching, listening to the Heffron and Reep podcast. Welcome. We're on Facebook Live, buddy.
Yeah. So I thought of this with all the teacher parents is what we'll call you, who are forced to have your kids at home. One, what is that like? Like, that there's again, I don't want to whatever the combination is, right? A mom or dad that maybe, or just a dad, or two dads or two moms. Okay, don't get caught up in the pro. Whatever your scenario is, and everybody went off to school or work. How many houses are there where now everybody is not going anywhere? Both, the parents in the house are both working at home. The kid who normally would go off to 11th grade is now working at home. How do you, right? So if you're taking a class and your mom wants you to move the trash can, and she comes in, she's like, hey, you got to get the trash can out of the way. You're like, I'm in bio right now. I don't know if kids call it bio. But or if the mom is doing some type of call for her work and the kid's like, I'm hungry. Can I run up to Taco Bell? Then I'm going to hit Target. No, like,
yeah,
there's a lot going on for families right now. There's a lot of, there's a lot of people speaking out there's a lot of hidden booze in houses now, regardless. I think if you're 15 or, 53.
I think people are finding I agree with you 100%. And I think people are finding excuses to not hang out in the living room all at the same time. Luckily, in today's modern era, I mean, these kids should be thankful that this pandemic is happening now with Netflix, with internet, with all this stuff. Could you imagine had this happened to us in the 80s and there was only one television and 3 channels and one home phone or something? There'd be probably a lot more murders and suicide.
I thought in the comments, by the way, are blowing up. I can tell with my can I just commit to wearing glasses? Can I just be me
I don't know.
And not put on this?
Well, here's the thing. You got
when I put on the glasses.
Not in a who can. I have a girlfriend I love very much, but I want to tell you, you got beautiful eyes, John Heffron, and you really have great eyes. So when you put your glasses on, you can't see them as good. So I get why
it's almost better if I do this. But like, if I wear the glasses, it's still me, or is it like Clark Kent? Where you're like, what is there? Who's the other guy that just came in? It doesn't confuse you. Somebody was saying, I just want to say this. Oh, I lost a cautionary tale for parents today on Zoom. A mom walked by in the background in her bra and underwear, and she lingered, like walked by, just kind of, what's going on.
I wonder if some of that's going to happen on purpose too. I mean, 100% accidental, but you got to be crazy. You got to be careful of that. What you're doing now. Because you don't even know sometimes when a teenager is recording you or when they're recording themselves, because they'll do it and be very shady and quiet about it. And you don't even know what they're looking at or if they're recording you.
Yeah. Or, like even us, like when we go live with these things, there's like 30 seconds where we don't know, where the camera just grabs. And our rule before we start this is don't say anything dumb. Don't put your shirt. John likes to take his shirt and put it over his head and just sit there like that to show his he's doing push-ups, so he wants to show me just the strength that it's happening. It's very impressive.
No, but that's taking my shirt off. As you know, I like taking my shirt off.
I wanted to do that. So there's a lot of teachers and parents like piping in on the subject right now. People knew it was a big thing because it's just happening. But if you're a parent listening, do you think this would be a funny idea? And maybe I could read the comments or whatever. So because there's so many kids who are at home, I thought it'd be funny to make posters or announcements, but I don't even know if they still have those in schools now. If they have, remember, like, stuff would be printed on your locker, just a piece of paper, and it was for clubs, like the band club is meeting from 6 to 7, the euchre club. You just had announcements when you walked into school. I thought it'd be funny to write some for all the kids staying at home and for the parents, so the parents can just like post on the kid's door so their kid feels like they're in school. So it could say, the teacher's White Claw Club is from 6 to 7:30. Or, I have so many questions. If your kid's at home and they have to sign something from the parent, and one of the parents, the teacher, does the other parent sign off, and then that kid has to bring that signed piece of paper to the parent? I have a lot of questions.
There's going to be a lot of learning. People just trying it out, seeing what works and what doesn't work. But I like your idea of because when I would go to high school, you had a homeroom. You'd go sit in the homeroom. That wasn't even a class. You just went to one room and sat there, and you'd listen to the principal or the vice principal give the morning announcements. I remember when they used to play the national anthem or the Pledge of Allegiance, but I know that's not happening anymore. But that would be, they need to have a homeroom announcements like that for the Zoom meeting. That's a good idea. All
right, we just watched Grease 2 this week. Remember in Grease they had the two women like bing bing bing. They play the xylophone.
Oh, right.
And they would announce like today's Glee Club, and we're having the whatever. Yeah, they need that for a national thing.
Yeah. So I wonder if you could. That should be something that high schools do. Is like maybe each week. No, it'd have to be every day. Every day, they vote on what students' parents have to read the announcements. That way it's like, okay, you're there, you're attentive, you're paying attention. Or maybe make the students do it. Maybe one student has to take the lead Zoom camera and do the school announcements. That'd be a good public speaking thing and a learning thing. I don't know. I don't even know. I forgot what the announcements were.
I don't even know how that. I've never taken a Zoom class, so I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of teachers not knowing how to load up lesson plan. Teaching online is 100 times different than teaching in person. Just like us doing comedy, we can get in front of thousands of real people on stage. I've had to do Zoom comedy with 20 people in a room. It's impossible because I don't know how to do it. Teachers are probably the same way. Some are like, I'll record my lesson plan and throw it up here. Some are probably better in person talking to the students. And then if you're a student, I wouldn't be able to pay attention. Here'd be me if you were, if I was, if something, can you see this? I would just start playing during my whole, I would get suspended in 2 seconds of school if there was a Zoom, be listening to a teacher, then you would just look, hey, is John listening? They just see me.
Well, which one is that? Is that the drummer? Is that Grover?
Yeah.
No, that's Animal. Yeah, Animal. Yeah. No, I thank God I'm 48 years old and don't have to worry about that. But I feel bad for those who do. I would totally. I would somehow zone out during the Zoom meeting. I'd be a zone out. You know how people are high school dropouts? Well, during the Zoom, I'd be a high school zone out. I would be zoned out of the Zoom meeting. I like words that have Z in it. I'd zone out of the Zoom meeting.
Just randomly, somebody said they have Zoom homeroom and our kids are required to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Look at that school system. Not
really. Oh wow.
Slide. Students wrestle on camera and the other kids were laughing. Impossible to get their attention. You can't. Dude,
Yeah.
what a weird. This is equivalent of, right? This is just also that feeling when you had a sub. Remember when you were in class
Oh,
and a sub walked in? Just every kid at school now.
oh yeah.
You know?
So I'm curious because are they? Can you raise your hand and ask questions in a Zoom? Like if you're the teacher and you've got 10 kids watching and you
Right.
have a question, can you like hit a button and then like your emoji hand pops up and then the teacher call on you? Like, I don't know how that works.
I'm trying to look right now in the comments because people are now by throw a sex ed PSA into the high school announcements for sure. Oh, that's somebody. Somebody didn't comment. I don't know. I don't know if that seems like that would be a thing. When I was watching Grease 2, they had the beginning when they pull in, they're like, oh, I gotta going back to school and I just kept thinking Zoom, going back to Zoom. Like they're all dancing, and then all the kids jump in front of their laptops and turn on their webcams. Do you see Grease 2, by the way? Do you see Grease 2? Did you see the movie Grease 2?
Yeah, but I don't remember a whole lot about Grease 2. Grease 2 did not get as much love, obviously, as the first one. But it was what's the chick's name? Oh gosh, she was super hot.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah,
I know it was her.
Dude, that's on Grease. Grease has so many. I'm thinking more Grease 2.
Was Grease 2 good?
We're gonna bowl tonight. We're gonna roll tonight. We're gonna rock. And then they have I'll be your girl for all see. And then I want a cool rider. Is he cool enough to burn me through it? And then let's do it for our country. The red, white, and the blue.
You did just let's do it. Which one has the song about a bee pollinating the flower?
And the rain. Is that where your pistol is? I got your pistol. Reproduction. That's my pollen tube to work.
Right.
The whole thing, the whole movie, though, if you see it, putting it through 2020 filter, I don't want to. It's a little Me Too-y.
Right.
Like almost every joke or every guy is the girl says kind of no, and then he takes it further than what you know. There'll be a lot of young men canceled in that high school now.
Yeah, as they should be. A lot of 80s movies are #Me Too. There's also I saw a documentary not long ago. I think it was on Netflix about the guy who one of the producers of Grease, who also produced a lot of like musicals back in the day. And his story, very flamboyant, out of the closet gay guy who was out way before it was okay. You know what I mean? Back in the 80s or whatever. And he coke fueled mess this guy was. It's a great documentary, and I forgot the dang name of it. But
about him or about him? Grease.
But once you see the documentary and you learn about this dude, and you go, oh, of course he wrote Grease.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
People keep posting other songs that I forgot. Yes, I'm going prowling, walk, talk like a T-bird. That's another one. And then Who's That Guy? That's Who's That Guy? Where did it come from? Who's that guy? They're also watching people watch Cobra Kai, or maybe I won't. Maybe they're just having private conversations while we're in here. What you want to do?
Do you like musicals?
Hamilton's my favorite. Obviously, we've talked about that. I have Hamilton post. You can't see it from this thing.
Sorry, because I can't leave a question unanswered. I just looked up the Netflix doc. It's called The Fabulous Alan Carr.
Okay.
And he is he's a filmmaker, but it says here he did Grease, just Can't Stop the Music, and then a couple other ones. But once you see this, you'll understand. Now, I'm sorry I interrupted you. You like musicals? You like Hamilton? Did you like La La Land?
I liked La La Land. I liked, let's see, Phantom of the Opera.
Okay.
I used to see as a young gentleman in Toronto. You could take a train. Now I sound like a guy from the 20s. You would take a train from Detroit to Toronto and stay at a hotel and then go to the glorious Pantages Theater. And then you get Cuban cigars and you were 19 and you could drink. So that was a very highfalutin, sophisticated weekend.
Right.
And you would save. I like musicals so much, Hamilton. I was actually trying to write one, and I wish I won't even pull up the song, my first song that I had somebody do. I was at a comedy club. Remember those? Remember when you used to go to comedy clubs?
I know what a club is, and I know what comedy is, but I don't know what a comedy is.
Yeah, remember in the 2019s and below, you'd get on stage and there'd be hundreds of people in front of you, and then you would talk, and then those hundreds of people would be shoulder to shoulder, and then they would laugh back you, and it was just a fun night, and everyone was just really cool energy.
Now that you say that, it's ringing a bell. Yeah.
Yeah, people in the old days used to go to a restaurant and there'd be people at tables so close. You're like, oh, the table's being annoying. It was weird. But anyway, that was then. I was at a comedy club and I was talking to somebody in the front row. I don't know what Disney song I said. I don't even know what I was. Maybe I was just asking him what Disney song reminds you of being a kid, because it's kind of funny when you hear it, because you can guess the age of somebody, right? Of different eras. And I started singing A Whole New World. I can't sing, but I was like, a whole new world. And then the server walked by. She walked by and finished, because it's a duet.
Oh,
she sang that at that moment, and the place went nuts. It was like we rehearsed it. And she just walked. She just grabbed an unenchanted point of view, and she walked away. So then when I got done, people were like, was that part right? Was that planned? That was planned, right? I was like, no. So then I had an idea to write a musical like Tony and Tia's Wedding, where the comics on stage, but the hecklers were the ones who were singing. So you'd think you're at a comedy show, and as you're doing your bits, somebody would heckle you, but it would turn into this song. There'd be this interaction, and then it'd go right back to the comic.
Wow.
Right. So the first song was called "Why Are We Here?" And you had the server is just like, why am I here? This place is a dump. I can't wait till I'm out of here. You have a business guy going, why am I here? You have a bachelorette party, why am I here? The headliner is going, why am I here? Everyone's asking why, nobody wants to be there. And I need a given comedy, that's kind of the vibe. There's pissed off people in the crowd. There's pissed off people serving. The comics half the time back in the olden days were upset. So that was the whole thing. It was like, why are we here? And it all intertwines. And then the guy wanted to date the waitress. And if he starts working at the club, his life would be awesome. And she's thinking, once I get fired from the shithole, then my life's going to be all. It was just something I was working on that I would never finish.
Like a dinner theater type thing.
That's what I'm going to do.
Interactive with the crowd. I like it, man. Have you seen that movie with it's an old one. Bill Murray doesn't know. He thinks he's signed up for a dinner theater type thing. He thinks he's part of this whole production, but really it's a real murder that happens. It came out do you remember this at all? God dang it, this is killing me now. I gotta look it up.
You can look it up.
Bill Murray dinner movie.
The Man Who Knew Too Little. Is that it?
Alan Jackson. Hey everybody. There's Alan Jackson. I love him. Yes, The Man Who Knew Too Little. It's a great movie. But that made me think of that. He didn't even know he was a part of this whole thing. It's great. But I did see the only musical, going back to your musicals, the only one I've ever seen live was the Book of Mormon, and I thought that was awesome. Did you ever see the Book of Mormon?
Never saw it. The only other one I saw live was Miss Saigon. The heat is on in Saigon. Yeah. That one was really good.
I don't really like musicals, but I did like La La Land, and I did like the Book of Mormon. I haven't seen Hamilton yet, and I know you've told me a million times to see it. It's on my list.
You can watch it. You can watch it, but if you haven't seen it, let me just say this for somebody who's heard the soundtrack almost every day, seen it live. The first 2 minutes is confusing as crap. You're going to feel like you're lost, and you're going to want to bail. You don't. He's setting up. He's in an island. There's a hurricane. People save money for him to go to the U.S. It all seems kind of crazy. Like he's an orphan and he comes here, and then, so that's that. But then, that's all you gotta know is the first song. You're really confused, and then it all dials in.
Nice.
There you go.
We got a lot of comments going on, and I don't know if we want to try and. Alan, have you been looking at any of these? Are any of these addressing, or have you looked at? John, I know you put your glasses on. Go ahead, Alan.
A lot of people just chiming in on the whole musical thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really what a lot of it is. Book of Mormon, Hamilton. Just people just chiming in on all that.
Yeah, I just watched La La Land the other night with my girlfriend, La La Land, and there's the ending to it. John, I forgot. Did you tell me you saw La La Land? Did you like it?
I saw it. Yeah.
The ending of La La Land. Okay, are we allowed to do spoilers, man?
That's long enough where if you haven't seen it, that's not our fault. Yeah. It's like you're saying.
I saw it in a theater. And again, this is coming from a guy who doesn't really care about musicals. It's always weird for me when you're watching a movie and people break off into dancing and singing. I'm like, well, why would they do that? But anyway, I remember seeing La La Land in a theater, and at the ending of that movie, when it just said the end and the lights came on in the theater, I was like, that is going to win every dang award that it's up for. And it did, pretty much. And there's a scene at the end where the main characters, the guy and the girl, after they've been away from each other and they had to move on to follow their dreams and pursue different career paths and lives, they randomly bump into each other at the end. And then that scene where it projects, maybe it's a fantasy in both their heads or it's a thought. I'd never seen anything like that. And I'm strong enough in my manhood to admit that I love that movie. And I almost cried.
It's good. Those are they're usually pretty. I mean, I'm sure there's some horrible ones. I haven't seen that many. I've enjoyed,
I don't know why I'm angry that I just admitted that. I feel like defeated.
You don't have to. If you like La La Land, you can like La La Land. It could be a thing. Get you a La La Land shirt.
Yeah.
Hey, do kids like? So here, going back to the Zoom thing.
Yeah.
So maybe kids with some school systems. I don't know what's going on because there's no adults taking charge or telling everybody you should. I don't like how there's no grown-ups taking care of everything. However, so kids don't get assemblies. Is there a Zoom assembly? I think that should be a thing. I think there should be some high-powered kid entertainers that all the kids in, the school system could say, hey, Tuesday at 2:30, we're having an assembly. Everybody log on, and it's somebody who'd be popular for that age group that I couldn't even give you an example of.
Wait, for us,
hey, everybody,
it'd be like a Debbie.
Please welcome New Kids on the Block. See, that would be a wrong reference.
It'd be for us to be like New Kids or Debbie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, right. So I hope somebody's sponsoring that or doing some type of thing.
I remember when I was in high school, there was some group that came and performed for the whole high school, and I was like maybe a sophomore, and I hadn't even been to a concert yet, so I didn't even know what it was like to see a live performance, like a band. And this was like a band that was safe enough to play in front of kids, But I remember like why is everyone going crazy for these? I don't even know who these people are. You know what I mean? Like they were going, yeah. I think it was just because they're happy to be out of class. But I don't. You think that reaction would happen if you had some sort of like modern day assembly, new kids, something like that?
I think so. If they got to talk to him, I think they would.
Oh yeah,
I've seen there's a couple of people do it really well online. Brad Paisley's one. I haven't seen it in a while. He would have Zoom parties, and people would send him his link, the link to the Zoom party, and he would jump on it. Him and his wife, and he'd sing.
He's the comedian that does the funny commercials with Peyton Manning.
Brad Paisley. He's got it was pretty popular in like the 80s. He sang like he sung
What D.L. Jackson just walked in the studio. What? Oh my goodness! I just looking at all these comments. What's that on?
You can just scroll.
Oh my goodness!
What is it? Are you being attacked? Who is that guy?
Yeah, sure. Just look at the comments.
Oh wow! Look at this. We've got John. We're trying something different. The last time we went live like this on Facebook with each other, I was by my swimming pool, right? Or no, I was in my office. I was
You're
in
right.
my office.
Yeah.
But now we're at the Jackson Creative Studios, and I'm watching you on a big screen, not my laptop.
I want that.
Yeah, and Alan just gave me the remote keyboard. That's huge.
What? So you can control? Right. The arms are getting bigger.
No, I don't think I control anything. Wait, do I? No, I can't. Alan's probably got another computer in there. I love figuring out stuff in front of people.
I think I need your setup just for my eyes. Like I was thinking with these glasses. I don't do Facebook or not. This is Facebook. Whatever, Instagram. Because I can't read the comments unless you put your face right up there, so it looks dumb. But I need to get what you got, which is a huge screen, and then that way I'm never really squinting. So do you want me to stall for time while you're doing something?
No, I'm looking at I can see the comments and then not be far from your face. I can do like this. So here's one by Jill. It says, "You're Metro Jethro. You can like La La Land." Thank you, Jill. That's true. I can like La La Land because I am a Metro Jethro. Here's one that says, "New Kids live from Pease Auditorium?" Question mark. I don't understand that one. We had air bands when I was in high school, says Cinder.
We did that. They had an air band assembly where people would come out and you would sing. They would just do lip syncing. And
really?
It was fun, but I mean, yeah, way before LL Cool J, all before all that. Yeah. Ladies love Legend in Leather, long and mean, and I don't wear brother. Last of the left MCs.
Oh, here, I gotta read you this one. Cinder freaking Rellas, she's on fire. She says, "Okay, so I hate to interrupt, but speaking of Zoom classes, on the show called The Five, they just talked about a kid who got suspended because a realistic airsoft gun was seen in the background. That has to be a joke, right?"
I don't know. Maybe if a kid, you're. I think it's creepy. Like I would have my kids, I would not let them in the room. There's a lot of the creepers. I don't know. Would you want some of the kids you went to high school with seeing what the inside of your house looks like? I not me.
Well, no, not.
Are there trailers? I also wonder this: if there's, I guess you have to have cash to do this, but I wonder, was there a company that rented? If you do a TV show or movie, how they put the little trailers. You get your trailer. Yeah. Like I'm sure there's some people who have rented those or bought those and shipped their kids out literally outside into another trailer that's not in the house to do their classes. Yeah, that's a baller move.
Yeah, that would be like instead of having a man cave, you'd have like a kid cave.
It's a trailer to get the kids.
Yeah,
I don't know how parents. I don't know how some. Not to keep bringing this up. I don't know how some families are doing it just out of sure square footage. Like if you're lucky enough to have a spare bedroom, and you turn that in office, but what if you were, what if you have 4 bedrooms, which is a big house, but
right.
you have 4 kids and a parent. Like, where are you getting that extra space from?
No,
is what I don't get.
Yeah, it's gonna be
but
tough.
Luckily, all this will be gone when it gets hot and by Easter, so it's not even a thing.
It's almost over with, right?
Yeah, it's all right, because it doesn't ever stop testing.
John,
I
real
can't
quick.
say this person. Thor says I do tiny house. I don't know if that's a legit thing. If somebody bought a tiny house for their kids,
maybe she's saying she has a tiny house, which means there's no room to escape to, and the kids could be in the background and all kinds of random stuff. Well, we're getting a lot of comments on the Zoom stuff. Rick Sanford III, who is a big fan of
that guy forever.
Rick Sanford III, a big fan of the Country-ish podcast as well. He calls in from time to time. He said, a guy I work with got a retrofitted cargo container for his kids to use for school kid cave. That's what you were just saying, John.
They're called kid caves now?
Well,
I've never heard that, Tate.
He typed, I made it up.
that phrase?
Yes,
kid
I did.
Cave?
Kid cave. Yeah, like there's man caves, and now you got a kid cave.
Or they're forts.
Oh, right. That's what they should do. This should all be like sofa pillows behind the kid, with a blanket over the top of you, Hey,
I gotta tell you this. Let's just switch. We don't have a subject change thing, but we were talking about this right before we went on.
Wait,
Cap City Comedy.
Let me ask the Alan Jackson. Are you able to still come in here and do stuff, the Alan Jackson, or am I doing it? Just curious, because he gave me the. Maybe he had to go take a phone call. No, go ahead. Oh,
guy's got about them. There he is. Are you eating?
Hold on. There we go. Can you hear me?
Yes, got you. I didn't know because you gave me the controls if that meant I was running the show. If you were.
Oh no! I just thought you might want to see the comments. So
no, that's cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have John? Do we have the subject change button? We don't have that.
No, not that I can play in this end. Or
let me just play something here. There. Subject change.
All right, so John, let me say this on a bummer note: is Austin Cap City Comedy Club closes for good after 34 years. It was one of my favorite clubs to go to. I did it maybe twice a year for the last 15 years. It was in Austin. It was one of those clubs where you got excited to go. Some weeks they pay the rent. You go just for more to pay, and then other weeks you're excited because of the staff or because of the city, and it was just the thing. That's Austin City, Cap City in Austin just closed, and I was supposed to be there in 3 weeks, but apparently that is not a thing.
That's a sign to me that it's it's starting to get really real when Cap City closes, like really real.
Yeah, that one, when I read that, I saw right before, because I was asking about the date, because I was thinking about driving from Michigan and we were going to do a road trip all the way down to Austin. It was kind of a long drive, but hey, I got nothing going on. But then I saw that thing and it almost felt like a person passed, right? Cap City is a building. It's
right.
Even though the bartender passed away last year, who was super awesome, but it felt like a person. You're like, what? I just lost that. Yeah. And I don't know, man. We're 5-6 months into this, and there's still, I think about the staff who work there. I think about my bacon sandwiches that I would get. All I would get, I tell those guys is, I want burnt bacon, and then they put it on this Texas toast, and then they would go, do you want anything else? And I would go, no, and make me a sandwich. It was like this big, and I wolf it down right before I went on stage, and you'd swallow it, and the bread would get caught. And it was just the stage was big. You had so much room to walk around. It was then at night you could go put.
It felt like a comedy club run by comedians, kind of like.
That's where Bill Hicks. That's where Kennison, all those guys started. Yeah. It's a bummer. So anyway, I want to play that video again so we can move on from this subject. Alan, do you have that thing? Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Bam! And people are posting in the comment that they hope we come to various cities. I hope all those places are there. Still.
Milwaukee, Reno, Columbus. Have you booked Columbus, Ohio, John Heffron?
I don't even know if the Funny Bones are open. That's an easy drive for me now. Like some of those cities. Here's what let's let some people know who are nice enough to be honest. Here's the tough part if you're a comedian, right? You let's say I don't want to give numbers, but let's say you used to make at a club. Now the clubs can only seat 30%, 40%, 50%, or you'd get a guarantee. So you'd go there, and then if there were more butts in the seat than normal, then you'd get a little bit of extra. Now all the clubs are going, we're only gonna pay you B. And it's the equivalent of I don't know what everyone here makes for a living, but just imagine what you make now. It may be a horrible way to describe this. And imagine what you made at 16 working your first job. It's literally that much of if you're used to making a grown-up living and then they offer you, well, you can have, and you think that I made that money when I was 17. So then you have to say no to clubs that you want to go to. But you're like, if I say yes to you now and show up and work there for $1, I'm never going to see $5 again. So then you sit home. I don't know what to do. I'm not smart.
It's
not smart enough to figure this out.
Imagine not only that, right? Not only are you taking a massive pay cut, but now you're older. You're older, and you have pride and less tolerance for dumb stuff. You know what I mean? You don't have this enthusiasm. It's like. And you're getting paid less. So,
it's a weird thing. And then you factor in also, do you want to catch do you want to get anything? Listen, some cities you rolled into, you could have caught something anyway. What's going on? It's a weird thing. You want to figure what's my cost of leaving my house? Do I want to draw a little circle and only go 3 to 4 hours? But anyway, speaking subject change. So I have a question for you, John Reep. I'm trying to show it to you. I bought this on Amazon last week. Okay. Trying to show you. I'm stuck. See what I got?
Oh, wait. Is that a members only jacket, dude?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
I got a straight up members only jacket, and there's a reason why I got it. That's up the thing. But then I've been wearing it going, can these just come back into style? Because these are cool.
Oh yeah.
But I got this for a bit idea that I had.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I hemmed and hawed about this forever. And here's why I'm overthinking things. Sometimes I sit at this house and I think I have to do you like when I take the members only off slowly, John? Is that like a thing?
Yeah, of
course. So sometimes I think I got to crank out more content. I don't know why I just don't fire this up and get you on regardless, for content. But I'm like, I need to put out maybe funny stuff, just be relevant because I don't post consistently. I have an old bit of mine where I talk about 80s church and how great it would be to have 80s lyrics as a church service. And younger people won't even know the difference. And the bit is, you can never be too shy, hush, hush, Ottawa. And I just pick 80 songs.
Yeah.
So the other day I was watching Love Boat, and this is in this thing. And they said something there which made me go to the song, and then that made me look up Bible verses about the subject of this song. And then I thought, what if I actually did the 80s church as a legit thing?
Okay.
Like, not like trying to be funny, but yet somehow squeeze some realness in there. Like,
okay.
Like, so this is first version of it. So then I thought I need a backdrop. What's going to be my backdrop? And I was messing with all these 80s things. And then like, I'm in this too deep. Now it's getting too cheesy. But I went with the jacket just like you're wearing, if you're a pastor or if you're, priest, you'd have a thing on. Sure, but I don't know if I wanted, I did one.
Do you have something already made? You produced
I have
something?
One. I did it. So I knew we were going to do this today. I did it in, should we do the director's cut before? It took me I transcribed. I even bought this teleprompter app, and I was going to try to write this beautiful thing. And I was practicing when I was in the shower. And you ever do like an audition or something in the shower where you're like, boy, I nailed that thing. Right. And then you do it, and then it's not. So then I did like a first try, and then mentally I was like, what am I doing? I'm 50. I'm making short videos in a bedroom in a house. Maybe I just need to find an adult. I had this weird thing, but yet I like doing them. It's not, I haven't found the rhythm yet, but you want to see
if you got something you made and put together, I'm going to be mad if you don't show it to me. Can I see it?
But it's also, then I was like, I need to get it to be a minute long, because that's quote unquote, because stuff after that's too long for people to follow. And then I kind of went, if I want to make this 5 minutes, you're either with me or you're not. People binge watch Netflix shows for 15 hours. If you can't handle 3, then you got to get the hell out of here. Yeah. You want to, it's all contained. That's from
I do want to see it. Rick Sanford III goes, I'm in touch with the ground, lost but found, and I'm hungry like the wolf. Now, do you think that's a lyric? Did you use that one?
No, but see, that I would love suggestions of these. That's
right.
You never run out of them. I think I found a way to. What was that, Alan? Look at that, John.
I found a new little trick I just learned. So sorry.
You keep saying, that was awesome. It scared me, but it was awesome. So I didn't know. So John, this is thing, and those of you watching it, okay, it's okay. I just thought of the idea today, so they'll get better. But I'm gonna keep doing them, right, John? Because sometimes you got to do things for you. Okay, it's not 100%. All about the entertaining of people. Do you accept me? Is that okay? Do I have your permission to move? Sometimes you make yourself happy, John Reep. Why am I yelling?
Hey, John Heffron, preach, brother. Preach.
Right? So Alan has it, and then how about we talk on the back end of the video? It's only 3 minutes where you get the point. Right? And I know we can't talk, but you watch it and you tell me what you think. And I'll take some notes, but it is what it is. And I'll be able to read the comments, I believe, why it's going on.
All right. Whenever you're ready, the Alan Jackson, if you got it up there, I think John sent it to you. He
might not. I kind of. Hi. The other day, I was watching The Love Boat, Season 4, Episode 3, the one where the couple has a little argument while they're on the ship. During that argument, one of them said this to the other.
Dave, I was human too.
What did you say?
That from a song? Or did the song take it from the episode of Love Boat? But either way, this is the inspiration for today's lyrics from the 80s. From the album Crash, the band Human League, the song Human. From the verse, he says, I'm only human, only flesh and blood I'm made. Human, I'm born to make mistakes. What mistakes have you made in your life that are still holding you back? Are there things you've done to yourself or to other people that won't let you grow, that won't let you heal? Now, we can't expect if we've done wrong to other people for them to forgive us.
so we can worry about ourselves and forgive ourselves for what we've done. The healing has to start here. What do you need to heal? What do you need to forgive yourself for? That's all inner dialogue. Maybe you danced on a ceiling. Maybe you had one night in Bangkok or went to Funky Town. Either way, what you've done in the past does not equal your future. Whoever you were, whatever you've done, does not define you for the rest of your life. When, if it's you have. I said, well, I haven't smoked in 3 years. But why did you raise your hand when I asked for the smokers? Well, because I'm really a smoker. I'm just not smoking. No! We were all in 3rd grade once. Some of us twice. But for the most part, we were all in 3rd grade once. We spent an entire year being in 3rd grade. Do you still identify as the 3rd grader? No. Your past does not equal the future. What you've done in the past or who you were is not who you are today. Make the change. During the song, Human, all he wants is forgiveness. He's done something wrong. He's worried about it, and he tells the young lady what he's done, that he was only human. Her response: the tears I cry aren't tears of pain. They're all to hide my guilt and shame. I forgive you. Now I ask the same of you. While we were apart, I was human too. Who is it in your life that you're afraid to ask forgiveness when maybe they also would like to forgive?
Oh, woo! Hey, that's awesome, man. That's great.
Huh?
I would love to see like that shot, not just in your kitchen or wherever it was, but like
That was
in front of like a green screen. Like if you had a pulpit behind, like a pulpit and like a chorus, people dressed in members aid, like like a Baptist church where there's a choir behind you.
Yeah. So I bought, I didn't know how to fully commit. So I bought Amazon. I have a green screen thing coming. And suddenly I'm talking like this now. I have a green, so I'm going to put it behind me. And then I have 80s more logo-y stuff where I can have somebody make one. But what do you think of the concept? You could write it funnier, of course. But I just legit want to grab lyrics from songs and then apply it to a little positive. I think the world needs a little positive right now. I think there's a lot of just horrible things that Facebook and people are posting, and it's, will be a distraction.
Here's one. He said, "There's little things." I'm gonna read it like a preacher. Like what? Yeah, here we go. There's little things you hide. Little things that you do. There's little boys you trust, and I screwed it up. Hang on. There's little things you hide, and little things you know. There's boys that you trust, and girls that you don't.
Yeah.
I like.
Sometimes you think you're gonna get it, but so my problem is I already with one song pigeon-toed myself into the 80s. I Want Your Sex, I believe, from the George Michael album was 90 something.
Right.
But I should have went our lyrics. We could never, we could do the whole thing, John. It doesn't need to be. People could post that all day long. If we had a way to play music, we could start each one of these with
I'm down. I bet we could really sit down. I think a lot of your fans are going to give you a whole bunch of new lyrics to use. I don't like it when like if I'm listening to the 80s channel,
right,
and there's a song that came out in 90, I'm like, why can't we lump it like 85 to 95? Why does it have to be 80 to 89? because, you know, I guess we just go by decade, but I really feel like these people are going to give you a lot of brand new lyrics.
Yeah, feel free to adjust them. I mean, you know, maybe for this one, because maybe we
You
could,
can just keep making them. Maybe every week you write it, you come up with a new. That'll be your YouTube thing, dude. The church.
It's super, but 100%. I would just want to commit to the backdrop a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think there's some positive message there. I really, you know.
Yeah, it was well done,
John. Right? Also, some other thank you. Also, some other ideas I want to talk to you about. Is I just got a candle making kit is being sent to me. So maybe in the future there could be Heffron Reep candles. We gotta find something. We're selling something, dude. We're not. We don't have I don't have our show. Me as a comic, I don't have one of those Patreon channels. I think you do. But I don't. So I'm just trying to figure it out. Some side hustle. But I want it to be candles, maybe a thing. I don't know.
Are we allowed to talk about the PJs yet?
Have not brought that up because I can't get that done. I can't get that. I can't figure that one out. I can tell the idea. If you want to see if people be into it, want to test market, someone's going to rip us off the second idea.
Right. See, that's
the problem. I literally think
someone's going to rip you off, dude.
The second we tell them how we're doing it, somebody's going to.
Right.
So,
I did. I told my girlfriend, and she loved it.
Okay, then let's not say anything. We need, don't say anything. Oh, you know what else I almost bought is a t-shirt maker. Right, like a thing you put on. You know how you make t-shirts? Because I decided I was gonna just do bunk t-shirts of pictures of people I like Sade or print, and just make my own square with their stuff on. It's totally illegal to do. But it's very Etsy.
Right. There's websites that kind of do stuff like that now, but I like one-offs too. I want my own. Yeah, it's weird. Like if I'll have a funny idea for a T-shirt, right, and then I'll be like, "Oh, that'd be good to sell at the end of a show," and then after a while, like I don't even want to wear the shirt anymore. I'm not sure why that is. It's because it's something about wearing your own merch. You know, like I saw REO Speedwagon in concert, right, and I didn't do this on purpose. It was like REO Speedwagon. It was Pat Benatar, and it was a Fleetwood Mac without the lead Stevie Nicks. Yeah,
right.
It was like a festival type thingy, and I remember when REO Speedwagon came out, and them wearing their own shirts that said REO on it, and me thinking, well, that's a little weird. I mean, I know who you are. You're so big. Why do you need to have your own name on your shirt? So but I have ideas for one-offs that I want to do, you know.
Dude,
just
the printing press on Amazon they're under $200, and it looks like the thing you see at a kiosk at a mall. Yeah, just make your own. You can afford
$200.
They're you can put stuff on. Just do one-offs. Do it yourself. It's in the world.
There's nothing wrong with supporting your own stuff. I tend to agree with you, but I feel weird about it sometimes. I feel like there's another comedian making fun of me if I do that.
It is. Well, I mean, Def Leppard does it in the video. They're wearing the Def Leppard. Bon Jovi does it. There's a lot. I had a Heffron Industries hoodie once, and I wore it, and somebody made fun of me. So, anywho,
other comedians that ruin stuff like that. My brother stole one of my favorite shirts, and it's one that you made, and it's just called Life Uniform.
Yeah, that was close to my thing. I would show you what it looked like. I had this one made that nobody ever saw. It was let me get it without falling. It just says Fort Builders Union.
Oh,
that's cool. I don't know why I thought that would be funny. I don't know why I thought I've got a box of these. I have a box of my mom cuts my hair with the junk drawer scissors. They're little kid sizes. I literally have boxes of them in this basement.
Dude, I need the Fort Builders t-shirt. I got friends of mine who, when they get together and get drunk, they will build forts in the living room. Like they relive childhood stuff, and they will make forts. And so I need that t-shirt.
Okay. I've got a bunch of these.
Can I get that online anywhere?
Nope. I got no merch, nothing. My website's from 1995. That's it, John Reep. I'm going to get my life together before I talk to you again. All right, man. So is there anything else? So Country-ish, want to plug that? I would plug my podcast, but I haven't done it in about 4 weeks. I'm thinking about just uploading our podcast onto that. Yeah. What else?
Well,
anything?
HeffronandReep.com might be
That's a thing?
active right now, or it might be active in an hour from now. But that it is a thing. If you go to HeffronandReep.com at some point, if it's not there now, it'll be there in a minute, or by in 24 hours. You can see more about. There it is. Thank you, the Alan Jackson. HeffronandReep.com coming soon. You can watch and or listen and subscribe to this podcast from there, and you can get information about both of us. And I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, get the Holding Deal by John Heffron on Amazon. Get that. It's John's new thing. It's hilarious. It's awesome. No, I'm just kidding. He's got like, look at all the stuff behind you. See, I'm jealous of that. Your room that you're in. You got like poster looking like thingies.
I have. So that's my Sade montage. I just took that online and just showed. Hold on, let me try to.
I just did something stupid. Because your camera wasn't pointed at it, I physically moved my whole body like as if I could sneak around you.
Got ya. Now that's whole thing's coming off. So anyway, yeah, and then I got text John Heffron to the number 90210. That's down there. What else? John Heffron's doing, John Reep's doing cameo stuff. Go check that out. I just changed my thing.
I think at some point we'll probably have a Patreon at HeffronandReep.com. I'm pretty sure we'll get that going.
You know what else I want to do with us is
John, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant to tell you this and I forgot. We didn't do a whole lot of pregame, which is great. This podcast is pretty much stream of consciousness. We just open the cameras and start going. We will be doing a lot of 80s talk. We'll be doing some inventions. And I have an idea that I want to run past you. I think it would be great visually for our podcast, visually for people who watch it. Okay?
Okay.
And hear me out.
Okay. Oh, you okay? So you're telling me now?
Oh, do I tease it?
No, I want to hear it. I was just going to get in my you have to pay attention mode. So, okay, man.
Thank you.
Sunken in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So visually, right?
Okay.
Do you own a black light or a neon light?
And the neon lights. Is that
Not neon. You know what I'm talking about, like the purple lighting. You turn it on and stuff glows in the dark.
And you see it, and you see every place that you've. I don't own a black light for.
Okay.
Yeah, but I know what you're talking about, like the ones you use at a hotel.
Yeah, you could.
Okay.
So
okay.
I say we both get those lights. Okay.
Okay.
And we buy the face paint, the neon face paint. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get red, like an orange beard, and I'll put like blue eyes on me and make so our face literally glows in the dark. And now imagine if you're scrolling on YouTube or Facebook and you're just like, I don't know. And then all of a sudden me and our faces pop up on their news story or feed and we're glowing in the dark. Would you at least not stop and listen to see what these guys are saying or what's going on?
I think if you played even trancey music and almost never talked, if you could just hold out where you just stared, I bet you would get more people following that than whatever watched us live today. Like, I think more people would be so curious.
So let's try it as just for fun, just as a joke. I'm going to buy some stuff on Amazon and send it to your house. I've done it before. You've sent me stuff. I've sent you stuff.
I'm still missing those other liquids you sent, by the way. Those never came. The other pops.
Cheer wine or Sun Drop?
Cheer wine I got. I never got the Sun Drop. FYI. Just letting you know.
Okay. Well, I'm going to send you some
I'm not saying you can't send me stuff. I'm just saying.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll do that. And we'll just do it like on a random.
It'll be hilarious. Look,
weird time at night.
I say we don't even talk about it. We just do what we're normally doing right now. Don't even address that we're wearing glow-in-the-dark makeup.
Do we have conversations about anything, or do we stare at the camera without saying anything for as long as we can?
Maybe we end the podcast like that. Like we don't say goodbye. Like for a good 5 minutes, we just stare at the camera. You know, people will think
we do the podcast, and as we're talking, we gear ourselves up. Just as we're talking, we can talk about whatever, and we'll just be putting it on, and then we say goodbye, we flip off the light, and then we just stare.
This
see who hangs out with us the longest.
Wait, this I like. Me and you start off normal. As we're talking, we're applying the stuff. Then at the end, flip the neon light or whatever. I like that better.
All right, let's do that.
Okay.
All right. And it's Neon Moon. There's the song I have in my head now. By the neon moon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good classic 80s country song, I think.
But why did I just jump from that? I went neon moon, and then the very next lyrics, which does make sense, is no one
lose your one and only. And this song.
That's all I want.
The dreams of the neon moon. Great.
We need a karaoke thing on here. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Hey, good luck with everyone has got class tomorrow. So good luck with that. I don't know what people are making. Are parents posting what's for lunch? Is that a thing? Do we know? On Tuesdays, it's microwave pizzas? I don't know. All right, John, until next time we meet and speak. Listen, you're only human. Bound to make mistakes. Take care, everybody.